The rat monster indeed led a large group of rats to attack. Qi Chuanzi insisted that the rat demon should not be killed. On what basis does Chuanzi command Liu Ao? However, the hostages are controlling the doctors and nurses. Chuanzi couldn't produce any evidence. Actually, the rat demon is meant to kill. But there are no surveillance cameras in room 703. It cannot be proven that the mouse demon did not harm anyone. How to understand the rat demon? How to believe that the rat demon doesn't have the ability to descend into the valley? But it was of no use. Liu Ao scoffed disdainfully. So it was your pet. No wonder you are protecting it. As for the explanation of the Chuanzi, to Liu Ao it was just a joke. That rat is definitely doomed. This man is brazen. As a folk demon hunter, he actually threatened to kill the rat demon. Chuanzi felt extremely upset after listening. Warn him to try moving the rat demon. But the demon hunter Liu Ao is also investigating firmly. Giant Chuanzi wanted to confront him head-on, just about to confront him directly. However, Director Huang immediately called it off. Director Huang said to Chuanzi, "The rat demon caused a rat infestation in the hospital. It has indeed had a significant impact on the citizens of Donglin City. Since Chuanzi says that the big mouse is innocent, then he agreed to give Chuanzi 3 days' time. Let him provide the evidence. Otherwise, by then, do not blame this demon hunter for taking action against the evil." Liu Ao felt that this was also a good thing. He can go to other places to exorcise demons in the next 3 days. The big rat often moves around the vicinity of Zigon Mountain. 3 days later, they will meet again in the Zigon Mountains. If at that time Chuanzi hasn't found any evidence, then it can only be concluded by him to end this curse. Chuanzi gritted his teeth after hearing that. But Officer Shen immediately went up to catch the neck of the suspect, greeted Director Huang. He hurriedly left the room with the string, exited the police station. Chuanzi still held resentment in his heart. Inquire about what this demon hunter really is. Why should we follow his arrangements? Shenzhong, let Chuanzi come down a bit. Liu Ao is also carrying out orders to eliminate the rat infestation. The little mouse demon of Chuanzi is, after all, not human. No one at the police station would bother to find the reason for him. In summary, there are only 3 days left for Chuanzi. Shenzhong needs to quickly resolve Zhu King's case at hand. Let Chuanzi go back by himself first. Chuanzi did not respond. Left the police station in silence. Just walked a few steps. He unexpectedly ran into the expert of the Dao Gate, Puo Kai. "She has been waiting here for half a day. I thought Chuanzi would have to stay in the station for a few days." Chuanzi said she just gave a statement at the police station, after meeting Zhu Piang, the son of Captain Zhu. Officer Shen let her come back. Puo Kai smiled brightly and said, "It's good to be back." But then she found that Chuanzi had been feeling down. Ask her what happened. Chuanzi told her, "Someone wants to kill Xu Dao." Puo Kai became anxious upon hearing this. "Who is it? What a big boast!" "Chuanzi is a folk demon hunter, sent by the higher-ups. Puo Kai is curious about this guy's strength. Should she come forward to help capture this person for the client?" Chuanzi didn't know how skilled this guy was. "But it looks like a trained fighter. I feel like I'm not their match." Puo Kai warned Chuanzi not to underestimate the abilities of the mouse demon. It's hard to say if that monster hunter can handle the rat demon. Although the mouse spirit was with us in the past, looks silly and adorable. But when they first captured her, but Master Liu set up numerous traps, just subdued her. Moreover, during this time, the mouse demon, I have been secluded in Ziguang Mountain for training. Mysterious murders keep occurring on the mountain. The decaying corpse at the bottom of the lake has turned that place into an excellent training ground. So now the strength of the rat demon should not be underestimated. Perhaps they have already covered the sky at Ziguang Mountain. That's what they say. But Chuenzi still couldn't help but feel a bit worried. Huo Kai assured Chuenzai not to worry. When the demon hunter really goes to Ziguang Mountain to kill the rat demon, she will definitely stand up and help Chuenzi deal with him. Chuenzi felt grateful in his heart. I think Huoki is really too impressive. Huoki hooked her arm around the shoulder of Chuenzi and said to him, "We, people of the Jianghu, are like a lonely leaf on the river. It's hard to protect oneself in the face of great winds and waves. So we need to help each other when something comes up. Today I will listen to you completely. In the future, when my buddies encounter something, I need you to support me." As they spoke, Huoki raised a fist. Chuenzi made a pact with his Chicken Fist Alliance. "We must promise to help each other from now on." Then the two drove towards Ziguang Mountain under the setting sun. They didn't want to confront the demon hunter head on, so they decided to head up the mountain to find the rat demon. He needs to be taken away from this city. However, unexpected storms may arise. They never expected. As soon as we ascended the mountain, they encountered a terrifying evil spirit. Have you heard of zombies? Zombie. Anshin. Have you heard of Mercury retrograde? Retrograde Mercury is like a zombie swimming upstream. Chuenzi and Gogoki are also seeing the water retrograde for the first time. But they went up the mountain to find the mouse demon, because in 3 days the folk demon hunters will go up the mountain to kill the rat demon. Chuenzi wants to take the rat demon away from Dongling City. Why must we enter the mountains at night? However, it turns out that Chuenzi's heart was completely devoted to the rat demon. This made Duogi extremely angry. He completely ignored Yuo Kai's feelings. But can Chuenzi really find the mouse demon? Are you confident in persuading the rat demon? Chuenzi actually wants to lead the troops first. If the rat demon won't leave, then let's tie it up. Yuo Kai was at a loss for words. Sounds better than singing. He Chuenzi is worried. Even if the rat demon wins, the demon hunters will also send stronger ones over. It's safer to leave Dongling City. That is true. Then Chuenzi raised his hand and pointed forward. Cross over the slope ahead. It's right by the lantern fruit tree. Last time I saw the rat demon there. At that moment, Vuo Kai suddenly looked to the side. It seems like there is someone in the river. Chuenzi was startled, quickly looked in the direction that Yuo Kai pointed. A man in a gray long robe appeared, swimming upstream in the water. Her nails were sharp and long. Chuenzi said uncertainly, "Could that be a retrograde Mercury?" The conversation ended. Suddenly, someone behind said with certainty, "That is the Mercury retrograde." Suddenly, a figure in a yellow robe appeared backward. Yuo Kai and Chuenzai were scared to death. It turns out this person has been hanging upside down from the tree all along. If you don't speak. The two of them really didn't pay attention. This person is also a Taoist priest. He heard that the Dongling air frequently discussed strange occurrences. It is inferred that a golden ghost will be born. Came running to join the fun. I didn't expect to see the retrograde water first. However, retrograde is a unique kind of disappearance in the Yellow River region. Before a person dies, buried alive under the water in a small mound or island. So it will most likely turn into a Mercury retrograde, then walk in the water against the flow of the river, walking all the way to the depths of the water. But if obstructed by water weeds or other situations, during Mercury retrograde, one will remain stagnant until the body is completely decomposed. Additionally, the workers conducting underwater operations in the Yellow River region, you often see retrograde Mercury, but they didn't know it was Mercury retrograde. Just directly retrieve the body. A retrograde motion appeared beyond the Yellow River waters. The strongest is, he traveled far and wide, experiencing the feng shui and strange happenings of various places. I just arrived in Dongling City yesterday. At a glance, it was clear that Zigon Mountain had a heavy aura of yin energy. Many people must have died. Indeed, the Wentian Pass on the mountain was exterminated. Not only that, 7 tourists also died. Furthermore, Love Lake has turned into a funeral procession. At this point, the Taoist kept saying, no wonder. No wonder he felt something was off as soon as he arrived in Dongling City. It seems someone is plotting a heinous act. Zigong Mountain was originally famous for its love lake due to the feng shui layout of Chailong Wentian, become happily married, sanctuary of love, but it was changed into a funeral procession by someone using cruel and immoral means. This is a bizarre feng shui setup that drives people to their doom. The dead have all become food for the water spirits. Over time, the water demon will run rampant and become extremely ferocious. The mastermind's plan cannot possibly be just to nurture the water spirit. At this point, the Taoist plans to leave Dongling City tomorrow. Xuanzi also knows the situation is urgent, but the Taoist also had no good solution, unless we can catch the mastermind or know what they intend to do. In short, once their plan succeeds, it could be a huge disaster for Dongling City. At that moment, Rocky exclaimed, "How did Mercury retrograde start running? It seems like something is emerging from the bottom of the water." That was indeed a massive golden monster. Xuanzi suddenly exclaimed, "This is precisely the golden tortoise. It's even bigger than the one I saw last time." The three quickly hid in the bushes. The Taoist could not help but sigh. This big golden turtle is not easy to deal with, and that retrograde will soon be over. The golden tortoise is indeed a water spirit. Eating humans or corpses can purify. This golden turtle is almost purified into a human face. You must have eaten too many corpses. Where can we still find the racial traits of turtles? If we continue to purify, we will become monsters. The three of them dared not make a move. Just wait for the golden turtle to leave quickly. But the unexpected still happened. That retrograde not only crawled ashore, unexpectedly crawled over toward Xuanzi and the others. Could it be that Mercury retrograde has sensed that someone is here? So you're saying that the golden turtle can sense a person's scent? The conversation ended. The golden turtle looked over towards Xuanzi. At that moment, the Taoist sensed danger and fled. Only one sentence remains. I'll take my leave first. We will meet again if fate allows. Rocky and Xuanzi quickly scattered and ran away. Now I finally understand. Just give up on the retrograde. Chasing closely after Luoki and Xuanzi. 2 legs can't run as fast as 4 legs. What's even more despairing is, suddenly a figure appeared ahead, blocked the way of the two. Are Rocky and Xuanzi going to die here? The river water sparkled like diamonds. A golden turtle with a shimmering aura stood bizarrely. Suddenly, the golden turtle turned around, unexpectedly discovered Xuanzi and Luoki in the bushes. So it immediately rushed towards the shore. Seeing this, the two quickly fled in a panic, just as the two were about to rush into the woods. Suddenly, a familiar figure appeared ahead. Xuanzi recognized him at a glance. That was the rat demon I hadn't seen in a long time. A cold wind swept by. Xuanzi Luoqi immediately stopped in his tracks upon seeing the mouse demon, standing still. At the same time, the two people and the mouse locked eyes. The golden tortoise behind suddenly soared into the air and attacked. Roki turned around and looked back. Lai Ma was immediately startled. "I just feel that this time it's definitely over." Unexpectedly, the rat demon furrowed its brow, immediately bent down and rushed up. The mouse demon scurried past the two of them. Suddenly, he leaped off the ground. The moment of confrontation between the two demons. The rat demon waved its powerful claws, directly pierced the left eye of the golden turtle. In an instant, the rat demon flipped and leaped, climbed onto the golden turtle's back, immediately raised the claw filled with menace. A powerful strike directly pierced the brain of the golden turtle. In an instant, then came a loud bang. The rat demon heavily slammed down onto the ground, stepping on the golden turtle. Xuanzi and Luoqi couldn't help but sigh at the scene. "He is really too strong now, isn't he?" The Xuanzi couldn't hold back any more and pounced, shouting, "Rat demon, you finally appeared." The little mouse demon also hopped towards the string. After a long separation, we meet again. The two finally embraced each other again. Xuanzi tightly hugged the little mouse demon. "Question him where he has been these days. Why haven't you come out to see him?" Then the mouse spirit beckoned with its claw. Xuanzi asked him upon seeing this, "Do you want to smoke?" The rat demon nodded, buzzing softly. Immediately, the rat demon had not tasted smoke for a long time. They began to smoke and exhale clouds. He was smoking. It kept buzzing incessantly. Xuanzi asked him what he meant. "Is there still something left to do? You must stay to finish before you can leave." But the mouse demon kept chirping incessantly. Xuanzi felt anxious inside. "Let him hurry and come with me. Is there anything that can be done later? Now a group of demon hunters is coming to kill him. If we don't leave now, it's very likely that life is gone." The rat demon, upon hearing this, he turned back and glanced at the string of beads. Xuanzi told the mouse demon, "As long as he agrees. Now nod your head. I will take him away immediately." But the rat demon tightly embraced Xuanzi's neck, immediately pulled him over, pressed closely against his forehead. In an instant, Xuanzi suddenly saw a series of images appeared before his eyes. So he immediately understood. This is the memory of the mouse demon. Not long later, Xuanzi resolutely stood up. "Call Rocky to leave the mountain together." Rocky did not understand. Is Xuanzi not planning to take the rat demon away? Xuanzi indicated that he had changed his mind. Who cares about those demon hunters? The safety of the mouse demon this time. Let him guard it. Rocky still doesn't understand the idea of the string. Why did the change happen so quickly? Could it be that I understood what the rat demon said? Xuanzi lowered his head and explained with a fist. The rat demon just shared its memories with him. So he learned about the rat demon during this time. What have we gone through? That night, the rat demon arrived alone at Zigun Mountain. I accidentally saw the fleeing little Taoist priest and the hostage. At that time, Tianguan had not yet experienced the massacre. The two were hiding by the cliff's edge late at night. It seems that a mysterious ceremony is taking place. Do they look like a couple arguing? Xuanzi tried hard to persuade the mouse demon. Let's leave Dongling City together. Isn't living a low-key life appealing? Before the words were finished, the rat spirit wrapped its arms around the neck. A fierce head-on collision occurred. This is the memory of the mouse demon. In the midst of Zigan Mountain, the hostage and the young Taoist nun are performing some kind of ritual. However, at a critical moment, the rat monster suddenly pounced on the young Taoist priestess, baring teeth and claws to stop them. But unexpectedly, the hostages are all tied with hair, directly hit the rat demon in the face. The rat demon was extremely angry after landing. No need to stand on your head to look at the hostage. Immediately lunged at fiercely. Little did they know as they passed over the mysterious ritual, unexpectedly nailed in mid-air. The young Taoist nun suddenly began to laugh strangely, but the rat demon trembled all over, struggling with all one's might proved to be futile, only able to reveal a glimpse of the chest's brilliance. Attempting to push back the young Taoist nun with a competitive attitude, the result was that the young nun acted out of anger. With one strike, the rat monster was wounded. Knock it down, the front tooth is tilted. If it weren't for the tough-skinned rat monster, there are still hundreds of years of skill. I'm afraid I might die on the spot. After that, the rat demon ran for over 10 kilometers. Just returned to the hotel. This made the injury worse. This led to an enmity between the two sides. But what exactly is the purpose of that mysterious ritual? The experience of this still lacking. Can't draw a conclusion. But the hostage and the young Taoist priest manipulated Hu Sikang to kill 7 people. And then he closed the door to question the heavens. It is likely all for the continuation of the mysterious ritual. Master Liao wrote in a letter that someone in Dongling City is plotting something bad. The White Tiger Feng Shui formation created by Dingcheng Lake and Love Lake. The water spirit in the lake is the best evidence. The sunglasses-wearing man under Luo Leor's command personally gave a warning. Let Chuenzi give up on the mouse demon and temporarily leave Dongling City. So the hostage and the young nun. They will definitely continue to commit heinous acts. Originally, Chuenzi wanted to just walk away, but now it seems impossible. The rat demons all have their own awakenings to prevent them. Chuenzi is also mentally prepared. We won't cause trouble. We aren't afraid of trouble either. Now the demon hunter wants to kill the rat demon. Let's make them return after catching fish. At this moment, the mouse spirit is gazing at the starry sky. A little dog limped over. Brother Mouse, what should I do if the litter cleaner gets involved? The rat demon let out a sigh. Dob brother, that guy is just like a stubborn daub skin plaster. Dare not to leave. It might be better to let him experience growth, to avoid causing us both worry. If Chuenzi could understand what the mouse demon was saying, I wonder what thoughts they will have. However, Chuenzi still needs to be wary of someone. From then on, Chuenzi and Xin Jingyuan were inseparable every day. The man in the sunglasses had someone forcibly take him away. Even the strings moved into the deep well of the official family. While being wary of the man in sunglasses, we can still timely obtain the movements of the monster hunters. Rocky is finally moving out of the haunted hotel. Today happens to be the 15th day of the lunar calendar. Rocky specially prepared a mysterious gift for the ghost in the house, to prevent him from continuing to cling to her. What to do if you're haunted by a ghost in a hotel? The method of the deist expert Rocky is straightforward and brutal. Check out directly on the 15th day of the lunar calendar. Before leaving, I hung a string of firecrackers in the room. Then strike the match and light it directly. Use this method to scare away ghosts. In an instant, sparks flew everywhere with a crackling sound. The sound of firecrackers shook the entire hotel. The innkeeper immediately shouted angrily, "Who the hell is this? Who the hell is setting off firecrackers in the hotel?" On the other side of the city, 3 demon hunters are out hunting the submerged demons. 3 people surrounded a rabbit spirit. Liu Yao swung his hidden blade fist, striking the rabbit spirit's head directly. The final blow struck true. So there isn't much time left for Chuanzi. He must find the young Taoist priestess and the hostage before then. Otherwise, a fierce battle is undoubtedly unavoidable. As Chuanzi was contemplating these thoughts, the sky over Dongling City is filled with rumbling thunder. A bolt of lightning struck down, direct hit on Dongling City prison, in the cell where Uncle Lio was. The inmates urged everyone to stay away from the guns, to avoid being struck by lightning. In an instant, dark clouds loom overhead. A bolt of lightning pierced through the dark clouds, directly hit the raised cell in the prison. The wall full of jars suddenly filled with electric light. The white fish in the river were startled and darted around chaotically by the thunder. In an instant, all perished in the underworld. The thunder rolled deafeningly, attracting the prisoners in the jail. They couldn't help but gossip. Uncle Lio sat alone in front of the bed, his expression serious. Only the prisoners were discussing in whispers. The fish in the pot must have been electrocuted by now. Of course not. Who can withstand the power of this heavenly thunder? The other side, in the heavily rain-soaked apartment building. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. When Chuanzi opened the door and looked out, it turned out to be Rocky. Chuanzi sighed. "You finally came," Rocky told Chuanzi. "He has already checked out of the hotel room. The hotel ghost has been taken care of." With heavy-lidded eyes, he walked over casually. "Ask them what they are going to do." Chuanzi smiled slyly. "Rocky also wants to stay here for a few nights." At night, the two of them set up two mats side by the window. Rocky asks Chuanzi, "Tomorrow is the agreed deadline. The lone river person on the narrow path has still not been found. What does Chuanzi plan to do?" Chuanzi said he has already made up his mind. These days, Chuanzi and Officer Shen, enough evidence has already been collected to prove the strange happenings in the hospital and the mouse demon. Director Huang will also make an appearance then. Just need to stabilize the demon hunter first. Do not harm the mouse spirit. They have plenty of time. Go catch the hostage from the small road near the river. As long as we catch these two people, everything will eventually come to light. Rocky thought this was not bad either. At least it can avoid a direct confrontation with the monster hunters. This is all thanks to Zhu King's testimony. If it weren't for him, the rat demon is afraid it won't be able to wash away its sins even by jumping into the Yellow River. Tonight, they plan to sleep peacefully. We will set off for the police station early tomorrow. But before dawn arrives, Director Huang suddenly called. Groggily answering the phone, I listened intently, startled at once. So they quickly called out to Chuanzi and Luoqi, driving the police car straight to Zibel Mountain. The two of them didn't understand what was happening. Officer Shen explained. Director Huang just called and said, "Those three demon hunters directly head to Zibon Mountain to kill the rat demon." Chuanzi gritted his teeth in anger. These bastards don't keep their promises. Shen Zhang can only pray now. They can catch up with the three of them in time. However, at this moment, the demon hunter trio, they have arrived at the mountain and are facing off against the rat demon army. Liu didn't care about any bullshit agreements. He came to Dongling City to slay demons and eliminate monsters, facing the army of mice across the mountains. Liu's third brother chuckled. "They are just a bunch of slightly larger mice. Just hand it over to him and Erji." Liu warned him not to underestimate the enemy. "This mouse has turned into a spirit, very sharp-minded." Sandai reassured him. "Just watch closely. Within 10 minutes, I will definitely cut off the head of this big rat." While speaking, the rat demon rises to the surface. The third brother also stepped forward confidently. Raise the axe in your hand. A direct strike aimed at the rat demon's head. Master Lyo has finally been released from prison. Little did they know when they first saw Chuanzi. Suddenly my heart turned completely red. With the straight razor in hand, he struck down fiercely at the string. What exactly happened? How could Master Lyo be so ruthless? Not long ago, Chuanzi went to rescue the rat demon. Without hesitation, I ascended the mountain to stop the demon hunter. Just arrived at the mountain, I saw a demon hunter holding a sharp axe, striking at the mouse demon. But just then someone shouted, "Assistant! This person is the local demon hunter, Qin Yu from Dongling City." He angrily criticized the folk demon hunters for being too arrogant and ruthless. Not all monsters deserve to die. The demon with a kind heart, their existence should be allowed. The late Xuanzai shouted for the assistant from afar. Xuanzi despised Liuao immensely. Director Huang personally promised Xuanzi 3 days. Let him prove that the medical staff at Dongling City Hospital have gone crazy. It has nothing to do with the rat demon, who knew that Liuao would not follow the rules. If it weren't for Xuanzi living in Shenjing Yuan's family, timely understand Liuao's movements. I'm afraid they are still at home sleeping peacefully. Suddenly Chuanzi exclaimed, "What happened to the rat demon?" The rat demon was shrouded in an ominous aura. Behind his tail, there was still a red thread reaching into the forest. The demon hunter with the middle parting nearby smiled darkly. "What a great opportunity! Go die." As the words fell, a sharp axe flew fiercely towards the rat demon. Xuanzi was startled by the sound. Turning around, I felt my teeth about to crack. Can only watch helplessly as the rat demon's hand is cut off. Only after being able to see clearly did I realize. The rat demon turned into a pile of weeds. Xuanzi immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Then there was another exclamation. A razor suddenly emerged from the weeds. Was it what we first saw the rat demon? Is this the illusion created by this razor? Half an hour later, the demon hunter Liuao has already descended the mountain. Officer Shen and Qin Yu also said their goodbyes and left. Only Chuanzi stared intently at the razor. He couldn't understand. This razor. It doesn't belong to Master Lyo. It's not even my own. Where did it come from? I'd always feel like this razor is a harbinger of something. The next morning, suddenly someone shouted for me to get up. Chuanzi opened his eyes and looked. Instantly both shocked and delighted. Has Uncle Lyo been released from prison? Master Lyo nodded slightly, then said seriously, "Chuanzi has a shocking secret. Uncle never told you, because this is something only a true barber is qualified to know." Master Lyo said while, as he raised the razor in his hand, but the next second, Master Lyo's eyes suddenly turned a deep red. The razor in hand suddenly swung fiercely towards Chuanzi's head. What followed was Master Lyo's final words. "Now let me check. Are you really as the legends say?" The conversation isn't over yet. The string, split in half by a razor, suddenly awakened. This is actually a dream made by Chuanzi. After Chuanzi calmed down, he couldn't help but think, this dream should be related to that mysterious razor. Then Chuanzi went to the prison to visit Uncle Lyo. A series of strange events occurred in Zikang Mountain. Inform Master Lyo of your analysis. However, Master Lyo said his time was coming to an end. I can no longer guide the strings. This left Chuanzi very confused. What exactly happened to Uncle Lyo? At this moment, Master Lyo tightly grips the razor. He simply said softly, "Chuanzi goes back to live a good life. Don't come back." Soon after, Master Lyo used some unknown means. He was released from prison and met the young Taoist nun and the hostage. However, at this moment, the young Taoist priestess had turned gray-haired. The first season of the Barber has come to an end. But there are still many mysteries. Looking at the cases and clues that have occurred in Zikan Mountain, a conclusion can be drawn. Everything starts with the mysterious ritual conducted by the hostage and the young Taoist priestess. Since the ritual was disrupted by the rat demon, the young Taoist nun is about to face the fate of aging. So the young Taoist girl despised the rat demon. But the young Taoist priestess decades ago utilized the unique topography of Dongling City, set up a large white tiger feng shui arrangement by the pond. Even Zhu has arranged the feng shui layout for the small white tiger at home. It was also her handiwork, but it cut off decades of fortune. The ceremony that could only be completed was disrupted by the rat demon. The little Taoist nun could only burn her boats. First, Zaiyangu controlled Hu Sikeng to kill 7 people in a row. Then the heavenly official will exterminate the family and control the water spirit to sink the body into the lake of love. With a single move, the Chailong kissed the Tianfeng water layout's love lake. Reversal into funeral escort, as long as the water spirit of Love Lake swims through the underground river towards East City Lake. Under the influence of the large white tiger crossing the Pan Feng Shui arrangement, it can be like the white tiger descending the mountain, steal the fortune of Dongling City for the coming decades. Such a young Taoist priestess can continue to maintain her youth. Additionally, ask about the murderer of the Tianguan family. The little nun directly framed the rat demon out of her deep-seated hatred. As for the string, after he arrived in Dongling City, he frequently solved major cases. Now intervening in this case, want to clear the mouse demon's murder suspicion. The hostage took the initiative first. So when Chuenzi passed through the square in Dongling City, not far away, the hostages in Dongling City Hospital are controlling Zhu King from a distance. I want to snipe the target. Ultimately, it failed. When Chuenzi came to visit Hongxing, Yinggu Zio Chuenzai discovered the hostages' hospital room. Then they called upon the mouse daemon. This is the truth about the rat demon causing chaos in Dongling City Hospital. When the young nun learned this news, immediately escaped from the detention center. Meanwhile, the hostage-controlled nurse assassinated herself, ultimately resulted in a case of mistaken identity leading to the hostage's death. The hostage pretended to be dead to escape, found the pure girl, Luo Zio, and plant deeper marks of temptation. From then on, Yuo Zio was like a hostage, completely believe in the god of climbing. Speaking of which, after the young nun and the hostage escaped, Chuenzi never realized the threat of the giant white tiger crossing the Tangfang water barrier. Only the chef had a few days ago. The lightning array has already been set up. On the 15th day of the lunar calendar, it finally started to rain heavily. Yin Tianlei, kill the water demon, completely shattered the ambition of the young Taoist priestess to preserve her youth. So when the master craftsman met the young Taoist priestess, she has become an elderly woman with white hair. Regarding the mysteries present in the first season, if there are different viewpoints, welcome to leave comments in the comment section. The story of the second season is also very exciting. Love Lake is haunted. The Battle of Zigan Mountain. These stories, waiting for you to come, waiting for you to come, waiting for you.